Happy morning, children. Happy day. Earlier we have seen addition and subtraction of integers. A video on that has been posted on LMS, and I have given some practice worksheets too. I hope now you are thorough with the concepts of addition and subtraction of two integers. Now let's pass on to the next operation, multiplication. Multiplication of two integers. Multiplication of two integers. Let us now recall the process of multiplication of integers. For that, let us consider the following items kept in groups of 3. You can see here 3, 3, 3, 3. In groups of 3, 4 groups are there. If I ask you to count them, you will immediately say it is 12 because you have got an idea. 3 repeatedly added 4 times. Okay, you will not be counting one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You simply know 3 repeatedly added for 4 times. So that is what the process of multiplication. Repeated addition is multiplication. So that is known to you. So it is all there. So you are getting something like this, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which you write adding 3 repeatedly 4 times. Okay. In other words, we say that 3 multiplies 4 times. This is what it is. This has given rise to the new operation, multiplication. Is nothing but repeated addition. For the above example, we write it as 4 multiplied by 3 in like this, and we read it as 4 times 3 or 4 3s are. In table we read it as 4 3s are. In verbal English we say it as 4 times 3. This way the count is 12 and represented pictorially as shown below. So after multiplying, you will be putting it in the form of a rectangle with 4 rows and each row containing 3 balls, black balls, which is this. This is all known to you. This is how we have understood multiplication in whole numbers. This is how multiplication in whole numbers is interpreted in your lower grades and understood by you. Now we are in the set of integers. Integers means numbers with sign. So how will we redefine multiplication in terms of integers? The above sum will be rewritten with signs prefixed to denote that the numbers are integers. Okay, the same thing 4 3 are 4 into 3 written. When you come to integers, you will have to, in the first and foremost step, you will have to rewrite the numbers with their signs prefixed. Plus 3 plus 4. If it is any minus sign, it will be there. You need not write it again. So this way you write it. Okay, and it is, since it is both are positive rational numbers, positive integers, you can treat them as whole numbers and find their product. So this 4 plus 4 into plus 3, but we have a convention of plus positive 4 and positive 3. Positive 3 and positive 4. Positive 4 means it represents 4 blue balls. Please recall. Positive blue balls denoting watcher, and negative means it is red balls denoting fire. So this can be now written like this, either this or this. It will be written like this with blue balls written like this. It can be 4 3s means 3 rows in each row there are 4 balls, and 3 4s means 4 rows and there are 3 balls in each row. Okay, and you say 12 blue balls representing water. Since it is blue ball, you are prefixing that number 12 is with plus. This 12 is the product of the magnitudes. Magnitude means absolute values without any sign. When you go to here, it is plus 4. You have written it like an integer. So that is why you have prefixed it as plus. This 4 is the magnitude. Means the value without sign. So similarly, value without sign, it is 3. We call it as absolute value also. Please recall, you have studied like that. Now coming to this, it is a 12, and after assigning the sign as positive, since it is blue bars, it is plus 12. This way you have understood multiplication of whole numbers, positive integers. Okay. Now the product of two positive integers is a positive integer with magnitude as the product of the magnitudes of the multiplicand and the multiplier. This is the multiplicand, this is the multiplier. The multiplicand, this is the multiplier. Okay. And after multiplying, what you get is called product. So you are now introduced, you know it, and it is now recalled. Okay, now going to next. The multiplication of two positive integers can be carried out by treating the positive integers as whole numbers. Coming next, the next case is what is the product if the two integers have different signs? You are multiplying two integers, one is a positive one and the other one is a negative one, or maybe first is the positive one, negative one, second is the positive one. In such cases, how will you interpret in this? So let us take one case. Let us take the case of minus 3 multiplied by positive 4, negative 3 multiplied by positive 4, or positive 3 multiplied by negative 4. So how will you represent this? Negative 3, it's in the integer form already. So negative 3 means it represents red balls of fire, denoting fire. So it is since we notionally consider positive integers as blue balls denoting water and that of negative integers as red balls denoting fire, both the cases can be pictorially represented as follows. So 3 4 are minus 3 multiplied by positive 4, negative 3 means so all the balls are 3 and there are 4 rows here. In this case, positive 3 rows are there and negative 4 can be represented by this. In both the cases, it is the net is negative, red balls, and totally it is 12. So you say it is negative 12, which is in both the cases 12 red balls of fire is the answer, and it is minus 12. So now you have understood the product of a negative integer and a positive integer is a negative integer with magnitude as the product of the magnitudes of the multiplier and the multiplicand, and also the product of a positive integer and a negative integer is the negative integer with magnitude as the product of the magnitudes of the multiplier and the multiplicand. These all things are known to you. Coming next, what is the product if both the integers are negative? How will you interpret? It's a somewhat difficult thing. You will be guessing what is the product of this and this. You can guess and say that the magnitude of the product of both is 12. You are sure about the magnitude. The magnitude of negative 3 is 3. The magnitude of negative 4 is 4. So what you are sure about, 3 4 are 12 it is there. But you are just confused about minus multiplied by minus. You might have learnt it in lower classes, but you will be minus becomes plus, you will be taught. But it is not that. Minus when combined or added, the sum will be negative. But minus multiplied with minus into minus gives plus here. Okay, and that some of you might have recalled. So, and the sign is positive in this case. So don't say in addition only negative added to negative gives negative. Okay, because they are of the same kind or category. So the sign is positive. You are right. We shall give a proof to our guest through patterns as follows. So it is somewhat difficult to go through. That you may understand that maybe may not be sound to your logic. That's why I am just adopting a pattern method, which will be explaining how it is. See, you all know about tables. Consider the following pattern: 4 1 are 4, 4 2 are 8, 4 3 are 12. Suppose you do not know what is 4 4 are. Suppose, I don't say that you don't know, 4 4s are. If you don't know, what will you do? I know. If you are asked to recite a table, somewhere something unconsciously you may know, or more consciously you may forget what the answer is. If it is by hearted like a rhyme, you would have come up with that. But here, consciously alone, when you are standing alone and doing, not in a group, chorously somebody will give some nudge and you will tell it. But when you are saying it alone in front on the stage or in somewhere else, when you go consciously, you may not be able to recall the thing from your store of memory. So at that case, but if you are given a paper to write the table, you will immediately, whether you know it or not, simply you will say after 12, you are in the fourth table of 4, so you will write it as 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The next number you are adding and then you are saying 16. What have you done? You have added 4 to that to get the next 4 4 are 16. And now you do not know what is 4 5 are. What will you do? Again you will add 4 to 16. You will add 4 to 16, which will be 20. So this way you can find the table. Now I have taken only 5 rows of this and I am just going to change this 4 into negatives. These are all positive integers known to you. So if I change this row of 4 table by minus, what will happen? Negative multiplied by positive. One number negative, other number positive means there will be a negative sign prefix to the product all over here. So that is what I have done here. Minus 4 1 are 4, minus 4 2 are 8, minus 4 3 are 12, minus 4 4 are 16, minus 4 5 are minus 20. So this is all known to you. Now proceeding from bottom to top, you are writing in the reverse order. Minus 4 5 are minus 20. Okay, and minus 4 4 jar, if I ask you, what will you do? You just have to add, you know, but 4 4 jar minus 16 you can write. But if you do not know, what will you do? You will have to add 4 to this table. Okay, so minus 20, negative 20 plus positive 4. 20 red balls combined with 4 blue balls. So the net will be 16 red balls. 4 red balls and 4 blue balls interact to become nullify each other, and only 16 red balls are left, means 16 minus. Okay, minus 16, add 4 to it, you are getting minus 16. After that, minus 4 multiplied by 3, minus 4 3 jar. So it is again you will have to add 4 to this minus 16. Negative 16 plus positive 4, negative 12. Okay, the next minus 4 into 2, you are getting, add 4 to minus 12, you get minus 8. And next one, minus 4 1 jar, minus 4 you know it, but you are adding 4 to minus 8 and getting minus 4. Now next, what is 4 minus 4 multiplied by 0? You get 0. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0, or otherwise you will be just adding 4 to this minus 4. Negative 4 combined with positive 4, you get 0. So next one, see here 5 4 3 2 1. What will be the next number here? It is getting reduced by 1. So next number 0 minus 1, it will be minus 1 here. Okay, so minus 4 into minus 1, negative 4 into negative 1. Both are negative numbers. What should be it? You do not know the answer for it. What will you do? You will have to just add 0 to this 4. So that's what you are going to do. Add 4 to 0. So when you add 0 plus 4, what do you get? 4. So in the following the pattern, you are getting this answer. So see here, minus 4 negative number, negative 1. Both are negative multiplied by negative. You are getting positive. And the magnitude of the product is product of the magnitudes are the multiplier and multiplier. So 4 1 are 4, minus into minus plus. So from this we infer that when a negative integer is multiplied with another negative integer, the product is a positive integer whose magnitude is the product of the magnitudes of the multiplicand and the multiplier. So I think that you are working rule for multiplication of integers now. As you know, the product of two positive integers is a positive integer with magnitude as the product of the multiplicand, magnitudes of the Here there's a mistake here. I'll just rectify it right now. Yeah, now the product of two integers with different signs is a negative integer with magnitude as the product of the magnitudes are the multiplier and the multiplicand. Okay, both the integers are different signs. So in that case, and the product will have a negative sign assigned to the product of the magnitudes of the multiplier and the multiplicand. And thirdly, the product of two negative integers is a positive integer. Okay, this is all known to you and you have understood that. Again, I reiterate, let A and B are the magnitudes. I am only writing the magnitudes, no signs assigned to it, and which we also call as absolute value or value without sign of two integers. If it is that, then positive of A multiplied by positive of B equal to positive of A. That is, two positive numbers multiplied, the answer is positive, and A into B, the product is written here. Positive of A multiplied by negative of B gives negative of A multiplied by B. So this is it. Negative of A multiplied with positive of B, again negative of A multiplied with B. Negative of A, negative of B, both are negative. So in this case it is positive of A to B. There is a mistake here. I will rectify it right now. Again now. We have seen this, we have seen this, we have seen all these things. Yeah, negative of A and negative of B when multiplied, the answer is positive of A multiplied B. Now find the following products. Is one little sum, minus 18 multiplied by 3. How will you? It is in verbal form. You will initially write it. 3 is now when you say 3, it is a whole number. To write it as a integer, you will have to put plus 3 here. For multiplied, you are putting the sign multiplication into, and minus negative 18 is written here. This negative multiplied by positive. This will be written here, negative multiplied by positive, and magnitudes are multiplied, 18 multiplied by 3. So first step this, the next step, negative multiplied by positive is negative. If one of the signs is negative, then it's negative, and 18 3 are 54, it's known to you. Next one, question 2, 22 multiplied by negative 34. This is positive, this is, so you'll have to write it like an integer with positive sign prefix to 22, and then when multiply positive multiplied by negative, which is written here, positive multiplied by negative, and then the magnitudes 22 and 34 are multiplied, and you get negative 748. Question number 3, both are negative integers. It is already in the integer form, so you can straight away write negative multiplied by negative, and 12 multiplied by 32, which is equal to negative multiplied by negative is positive. 12 32s are 384. This completes it. Thank you, very kind of you. And see, there is one more. I just forgot. I am just sending a worksheet like this. Practice worksheet, multiplication of two integers along with this video. Kindly download it and do it. You can check your answers by yourself. You kindly check it, or I will also post after a day or two the answers of this file. So you can check it by yourself. These are all practice worksheets. Please kindly practice it. In the case of any doubt still, kindly do not hesitate to email to me, and that's all for now. Thank you. I kind of